Uh, okay, that wasn't supposed to play. Minor issue there. But okay. Whatever. It's back to Seaman today. So, clock is set. It should be roughly 8 o'clock now, 8 in the morning. Emily. And, yeah, so, I mean, I think we're prepping for our Tad men to come out of the water here. I imagine that'll be happening any moment now, honestly.
Good morning. Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. There is a definite pattern to your visits. It appears you are a punctual person. First, a recap of your previous visit. The Tad men have developed legs. At the moment, the habitat contains 2 Tad men. They are suffering from the cold. Please use the heater to raise the temperature to a more comfortable level. So let us head over to the tank.
So yeah, they just developed legs, which means they'll probably be getting out of the water soon, I assume. Because they had pretty beefy legs, if I'm remembering correctly, so... Like, the two that remained. Also, I heard another jar lid snapping into place downstairs. I think that leaves only one left. Alright, get the heat up. Oh, that other one, the one that's not...
in a tank, I'd swear there was a draft.
Actually, I'm not sure. Not sure which one of those is the named one. I think the yellow one is. Because it's typically the yellow one, the named one, but the other one is very green. The green one might be our named one. Oh, actually, yeah, I think this is our named one, because it has the yellow back. And also oh yeah, there it goes. Their tails are very small, which is...
Hello? Is anyone out there?
Hello, Seaman.
You're always up early on weekends.
You are appalling. This is a horrible creation here. Let's go just miss these guys. Ooh, we got lots of things here. I wonder if they'll eat the moths now that they're... Well, I guess they're technically not frogs yet, because they still have their little tadpole tails, but they're in that kind of in-between phase. Okay, so then once these are all sprayed up, then we will go back and talk to our... Okay, there comes the other one. Do you want to talk?
Hey, I have something I want to talk to you about. You know, I'm really getting the impression that you people are busy all the time. Maybe it's just your modern culture which seems like it's so business-obsessed. It seems like everyone is always complaining about not having any spare time, but when they get some, they don't know what to do with it because they're so used to being busy. It's strange that knowing how to relax appears to have become a skill you humans have to learn. You seem to know how to relax if you're talking to me, but I want to know what else you do in your spare time. For example, what do you do when you're with your friends?
Play games.
Well, that's good. You take a typically antisocial experience and turn it into one involving friends. In fact, it seems like that's where gaming is heading to lately. Consider yourself a pioneer. Or maybe not.
Yeah, that neck is, I don't appreciate a neck on a frog. That's not right. This ain't right. it's almost like, you know what it is? It's almost like a, kind of like a dog, but with frog parts. Hey, Deceptive. Do you want to talk?
So, I think I have an idea of what activities you and your friends do in your time together. Do you see a lot of them, by the way?
No.
Well, that's too bad. It's tough to maintain friendships sometimes when you have a busy work schedule.
Or a
What
quarantine.
counts is that they're there for you when you really need them and vice versa. They say that solitude is good for the soul, but sometimes it's good to get out and enjoy life with others of your kind, too. I mean, you say people seem to like you, so why not take advantage of that?
I think you'd get, shit or some other thing if you licked a Seaman. Probably. But yeah, they're not actually frogs yet. They still got their tadpole tails. They're getting there, but I'm assuming that will go away over time. Can I tickle you? Yes.
I love a good belly laugh.
This game has been so interesting. This, honestly, like, this game has been everything that I expected it to be. In that it's just so absurd and bizarre. It is everything that I expected it to be over the last literally 20 years since I first heard about it. It is exactly what I wanted. Do you want to talk? In fact, it's probably
You know
more.
what I've noticed?
More.
People love to talk. Oh, sure, there are quiet ones every once in a while, but usually if you ask a person the right questions, they can go on for hours. I mean, why else would you have me around if you didn't like a good conversation every once in a while? I think that's also what makes a good friend. If they're willing to listen to you spout off about something, you just have to make sure you let them talk once in a while too, so you don't bore them to death. I know you said you don't hang out with friends all that often, but when you do, or when you talk with them on the phone, what kinds of things do you discuss?
Games.
Cool. Your friends must enjoy gaming as well. Lots of people look down on that, but they just can't make the imaginative leap needed. I say you can never really get bored if you have someone around who you can talk to. Sometimes it's more fun to just sit around and talk than it is to actually go do something. It all depends on the person, though.
God, this is just look at this. Like, just look at what is on your screen right now. It's absurd. This is a video game. Look at this chonker over here, just like taking a stroll. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
You know, we've been talking a little bit about friendship and social interaction and stuff like that, and it got me thinking. It really seems like people learn a lot of their social skills from being around their family. I mean, your family is your first exposure to the outside world. The way you get along with them is probably going to determine how you get along with other people later. What do you and your family like to do together?
Watch TV.
On one hand, I can see the television as a good socializing tool. You can watch it together and discuss what you've seen and thus get more out of it. On the other hand, it's amazing how many families can only get together when somebody has turned on that big glowing box. It's as if they were afraid to have a conversation without commercial interruptions. Not you personally. This is just a general observation I'm making.
Oh, yeah, also, since you're here, I have now implemented audio commands, and right now those are limited to and of course the classic "my boy," which are available in the channel points menu for I don't know if it's the right price right now, but but they are available in the channel points menu. And Miller Duck. Why'd that play twice? Oh, it got redeemed twice. Okay. Wait, did it get redeemed 3 times? Okay, yes. Yes. It's just, it's like it keeps coming up. It's like, I can't tell how many times it's actually being used here. But yeah, so it's still not perfect, but I think I've done it in a very clean way. That's the problem. You can put a limit on how many times a channel point thing can be redeemed per stream. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that yet, but unfortunately that was I pulled it from the video and that was the longest clip I could get. I mean, I guess I could have actually manually looped it, but that was like the longest straight clip of it. And it seemed like a decent length. To me. It's 4 seconds long, I think. I think a little bit of that is dead air at the start, but, you know, it's like maybe 3.5 seconds. Do you want to talk?
My boy.
What do you want?
Do you want to talk? But yeah, I definitely want to get a bomb from Deus Ex, but I wasn't able to easily find just a clip of that, and I didn't want to get into stuff because I was doing making jam, and so I was just like searching while Hey Tariel. I was just searching the internet to see if I could find a clip, because it seems like it'd be something that'd be super easy, but I couldn't find just like an MP3 of that sound. So I want to get that, and yeah, other than that, I need to implement the Tingle laughing one. I have a clip for that, but I don't have it hooked up yet. But yeah, also what happened there is 2 were called back to back, and the second one, like, it will just interrupt the last one. So I don't know how I actually want to handle. Well, actually, I know a way I could handle that, and that would be pretty good actually. Because right now it will literally just cut off the last one and start whatever the new one is. I could actually queue them up though. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
What do you need?
Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
You know, I have to say that I like it when you're around. I get to be by myself so much during the day that it's refreshing to spend some time with another person.
There's a reason I can't.
Even if it is you. There is something to be said for solitude, though. You certainly don't seem to mind it. What do you like to do when you're alone?
Oh, can you guess? Play games.
You go dancing by yourself? Now that takes guts. Do you get dressed up when you go out?
No.
No? Just like to come as you are and shake it all night, huh? Well, all right then.
Not
It's
even
good that you don't mind being by yourself. It seems like a lot of people can't stand it because then they actually have to think. I see you don't have that problem.
That would be a good one. Maybe throw those in the Discord so that I don't lose track of them. Ideas like that, just because otherwise they'll disappear into the ether. Also, hey Vess. Yeah. But yeah, the reason I can't stack them is because I'm actually feeding the playback into an OBS media source, So it doesn't have that capability. I'm literally just loading in the file and playing it through that source. Which lets me, the nice thing about that, rather than playing it through Python directly, is that I can actually adjust the source volume, and it doesn't require me.
It's really tough for us when the air gets too dry. There should be a sprinkler that Gasset built somewhere around here.
It
Hey, can you use
doesn't require
the
me to
D-pad to look for
capture
it?
desktop
Come on,
audio.
Use the D-pad.
Yeah,
and
I mean, I
use
guess
the
I
sprinkler.
could. The issue is I have to throw that into every scene, and I use a lot of scenes. Well, I guess I could throw it into one scene and then include that scene in every other scene. I suppose that would be possible. Yeah. I don't know whether it'd be worth it. Okay, so yeah, we got a sprinkler apparently.
My boy.
The other thing that's interesting is that you can actually adjust the playback speed. My boy is from the intro of Zelda Link Faces of Evil. No, it's not Wand of Gamelon. It's from Faces of Evil. Because Wand of Gamelon is just Zelda in the opening because, well, basically just Zelda. Because the king sends Link off to Gamelon, and then he goes to Gamelon himself. Dinner is also Faces of Evil, actually. The Wand of Gamelon intro is kind of shit. A lot of that meme stuff is out of Faces of Evil. From the intro. Do you want to talk?
Don't you have some mammary glands to suck or opposable thumbs to play with or something?
Yeah, I think we did Wand of Gamelon in one sitting, so it's quite possible that if you just weren't there that day, then yeah, you could have missed it. Oh yeah, you're right. They have lost their tails. And there goes my last jar. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
One thing I find really interesting
Oh.
about people is how very chameleon-like many of
Why are
them
you
can be.
talking?
For example, when a person is talking to their closest friends as opposed to their employer, their entire persona will often change. Of course, it really depends on the person. I mean, you seem to do different things around people than when you're by yourself, and that leads me to ask you, depending on who you're with, do you think your personality changes a lot, a little, or not at all?
A lot.
I think that's pretty common. People adapt to the situations around them. Often the way you act around your grocery store clerk won't necessitate quite as much ass-kissing as when you're around your boss. The things you do with different people and when you're alone reflect your personality changes, I think. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of things going on with you. No wonder you act differently around different people. It seems like you're doing lots of different things around them, too. Well, I think I know you well enough to tell you that even I act differently depending on who I'm with, and it makes sense. Everyone has different expectations of everyone else, and nobody expects me to pick my nose around them. Yes, that is my private moment. Don't tell anyone, please. Anyway, I'm going to go think about things for a while. It was nice talking with you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Did he just say bye? I don't want to talk to you, Brown Seaman. Orange Seaman. Do you want to talk? I want to talk to Green Seaman.
I see you out there moving from place to place, and sometimes I am envious of your freedom. There are so many things you can do. I can imagine what it must be like to be so free. It's weird how familiar it seems. You must get a lot of exercise running around as you do. So with all that moving about, do you think you're in pretty good shape?
No.
You think you're in pretty bad shape, is that right?
Yes.
I'm going to try that once more.
What?
Do you think you're physically fit?
No.
You think you're in pretty bad shape, is that right?
Yes.
Well, no wonder. Your job barely allows you any physical activity. Yes, I'm sorry to say the cards are stacked against you, friend. It's hard to say whether or not someone is in good shape. It seems like your TV and magazines tell you what it means to be fit, but that idea of fitness can be pretty unrealistic. On the other hand, it's pretty safe to say that a little physical activity will make you fitter than just sitting around on your butt and eating potato chips. You don't seem really satisfied with your level of fitness.
Do you want to talk?
What do you want?
Do you want to talk?
Up where?
Fragments of the Triforce. Do you want to talk?
It seems strange to me that with all the wonderful things you can do with your bodies, there are still people out there who are out of shape. People actually have to make time in their day just to exercise. And when they do strange, useless motions over and over that serve no purpose except to move their muscles. It seems like such a shame that your world doesn't naturally allow for more physical activity. You think you're in pretty bad shape, huh? Well, what are you doing to get in better shape?
Not much.
You like to play hockey to stay in shape?
Yes.
Any excuse to grip a big stick is fine with me. So, you ever lose any teeth?
No.
Well, obviously you're not doing it right. Well, that's very interesting. I would have thought that exercise would pay off for you, but you still don't seem to think your body is in very good shape. It's possible you might just be imagining all sorts of bodily problems where none exist. At least you're trying to become fitter, and that's really all you can do.
I like that he heard not much as, I guess, hockey. Do you want to talk?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk?
Well, you're, kicking.
Sorry, what did he say? Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? It's a dick shitter, actually. Do you want to talk?
Be important.
Do you want to talk?
Something. You
Okay.
know, I'm really fascinated by health clubs and gyms, these huge places full of fancy equipment and open spaces where you can run around. And you have to actually pay to belong to one, when in the past you could just pick any field and run around in it to your heart's content. Or you'd get so muscular and fit from all the manual labor you'd have to do that you wouldn't need a special place and time just to exercise. But I guess the world you live in gives you no other choice. So tell me, do you belong to a health club?
No.
So even though you know you could be more fit, you don't want to take the plunge and join a gym? It might help, although I guess I can see your hesitation. They offer a lot of different activities in one convenient place, but I just can't help but think a human being might want to do something more natural, like play a sport or even jog outside than be cooped up in a stinky gymnasium with a bunch of machines.
Do you want to talk?
Well, you're, kicking.
Did he say kickin'? Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
It seems like there are a lot of different things to keep in mind when you're trying to stay in shape. Exercising is one of them, but eating right is also very important, especially where you live. There's no shortage of food here, well, for most people, and it's very easy to eat too much of the wrong thing, it seems. No wonder so many people have problems with their weight. Would you say that for the most part you eat a pretty healthy diet?
Yes.
You do eat healthy?
Yes.
You must really chow down on the vegetables then. What's your favorite one?
Lettuce?
Let you what?
Fuck you.
Ah, that was a joke. I guess you didn't get it. It's a shame that the things that are good for you don't usually taste as good as the bad ones. And you know what? The junk food marketers know it. So my advice is, beat the system. Eat a pound of broccoli.
What? Smug type villager. Yeah, he thinks he's better than everyone. Do you want to talk?
You know, I've never been to a place that's as diet-obsessed as America. It seems like nobody wants to stay healthy the hard way, to actually exercise and eat right. Instead, people are always looking for a quick and easy way to lose a bunch of weight, as if they're just automatically going to stay healthy after the diet is over. It looks like you take pretty regular care of yourself anyway, but have you ever been on a diet?
No.
Maybe that's for the best. It looks like you're already trying to straighten out your health without resorting to lose-weight quick schemes.
Do you want to talk?
Take a guess.
Do you want to talk?
I was thinking earlier about how interested your culture is in sports. I would say even obsessed sometimes. It can really get out of hand, but now that we're talking about health and staying fit, it almost doesn't seem like such a bad thing. That is, if you're actually playing a sport and not sitting in front of a TV and watching someone else play it. Tell me, what's your favorite sport to play?
Rugby.
You play rugby?
Yes.
A lot like football, but with a sexy British accent. I think I understand why people want to play sports. It must be fun to see what you can make your body do if you just try a little. And you
Not right
also
now.
get
I used
hang
to.
out with other people and test your skills against theirs. I guess I still think some people can get too interested in sports, especially if it interferes with the mental stimulation they get. As with most things, balance is the key.
Do you want to talk?
Where to start?
Do you want to talk?
I was thinking earlier about sports and how popular they are here. As I was saying, it would be really great for the collective health of the country if everyone played sports, but it doesn't do so much for you to just sit and watch them. I want to find out about this fascination with watching other people play sports. Being a spectator. Do you follow any professional sports?
No.
Well, you're a rare specimen. You play sports, but you don't follow the pros. It's definitely the healthier way to go. Anyhow, thanks for playing.
Yeah. Who would watch sports? Or games? Fucking nerds. Do you want to talk?
I've been asking you a lot about your health, and it seems that working out and eating right are two big components of it all, along with getting plenty of sleep and sex, two of my favorite things. But it seems that your human body is still so delicate. All the working out and dieting in the world can't make sure that something won't just go wrong anyway. That's where your physicians come in. Do you go to the doctor regularly?
Yes.
That's to your benefit. Besides, it's another excuse to get naked. My, I am behaving saucily today, aren't I? Human beings are very lucky to have figured out how to heal themselves when they get sick. No other creature can do that. It's easy to take all your medical knowledge for granted, but think about it. If you were living even several hundred years ago, you'd still be putting leeches on yourself whenever you got a cold. Not that leeches are such a bad thing, but they're not exactly what I would call good medicine. Anyway, I'm glad to know that if something goes wrong with you, there's somebody that can help you out.
This frog is oddly horny. Maybe he's a horned toad. Do you want to talk?
What?
Do you want to talk?
Well, you know I try.
Do you want to talk?
Like I was saying earlier, it's important to go to the doctor every once in a while, but it seems like it's not always so easy to do, since healthcare can be so expensive. I'm fascinated by this idea of health insurance. Well, actually,
Me too.
I find it a little sad. You humans are so sure that someday you're going to get sick that you actually put money away, especially for that time. There's no escaping it, I guess. Do you have health insurance?
Yes.
I see. Well, if you do, I guess you might as well make good use of it. That didn't come out exactly right, but you know what I mean. Do you get sick a lot?
No.
You don't? That's great. Maybe your attempts at healthy living are paying off.
I wonder if this game was... Like, I wonder who translated this game. Also, I wonder if that dialogue was in the original. Because, like, there's a lot of US-centric stuff here, but also, like, interesting shitting on the US in a lot of ways. It's like, I wonder if it was translated by... Because this... Well, like, shit, I was just looking at this. It's like, oh, let me look at the box, but this is a Japanese box. It's not for this release, so... that's not going to give me any... well, no, I was going to say, like... I mean, I would assume it was translated by Americans. Probably. And not, like, translated in Japan. Do you want to talk?
So, we've been talking a lot about the health of your body. That's, of course, extremely important, but it also helps to have a healthy mind. So, to that end, have you ever gone to a therapist?
No.
It seems that a lot of people think that maintaining their mental health through the efforts of a therapist is a sign of weakness. Yet, most people don't see going to the doctor for a physical ailment as a sign of weakness. Strange how people think sometimes. I hope if you ever feel you have a problem you can't handle, you'll consider seeing a therapist. Or you can just come talk to me. At least I won't charge you much. By far, the most mysterious part of your human body is the brain. Even your greatest scientists will freely admit that they barely know anything about how it works. And yet, when something is wrong in your head, I'll bet it hurts just as much as a wound or a disease. I hope you take care of your mind as well as you take care of your body.
Yeah, I would say, like, this has a very good localization. Like, I don't think I've really heard him say anything that, like, sounded weird. It sounds very natural. And it sounds real, like real in quotes, as real as a talking frogman can be. But like, you know, it seems like a legitimate conversation and like someone who is theoretically aware of things. Yeah, no, this was definitely probably a pretty loose translation. I think yesterday someone was saying that apparently the Japanese version is a little bit more negative, which definitely doesn't come through in this one. Yeah, it was probably just like, come up with some new conversations, and they've done a good job of like making it feel fairly natural, I guess is more what I meant. It feels like an actual, like, a proper English speaker speaking English, talking about things that kind of make sense. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? Oh, it was you who said that? Okay,
Hey,
yeah.
what's up?
No, it's from the same Wikipedia article. Okay, yeah. Where are you guys going? Oh, are they going? They're going in the water. Maybe. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be the final evolution, but yeah, there are two, so who knows? I see. You've just been reading it. Ooh, our temperature is almost too low now. Yeah, I guess they got bored of being on land. Oh, I definitely went too far here. Oh, maybe not, actually. Ooh, that's close. Do you want to talk?
Well, thanks for letting me in on some of your health secrets. All of us animals have these fragile organic bodies that break down and cause us pain. But human beings are especially fascinating because they can actually prevent or cure so many of the body's problems. That's why I wanted to know what you do to keep yourself healthy. I want to know how you humans take advantage of their medical knowledge. Some people take it all for granted and do stupid, destructive things to their bodies just because they're used to having the means to recover. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to go take a little rest. I don't want to overexert myself and get sick. I'll talk to you later.
I know there is a credits sequence in this game, so I assume we will reach that at some point. That is my assumption. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
Tomorrow. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds like they're done. We definitely got a lot of dialogue out of them today, so that's good. Those things are good. This has dried up a little bit. We got a lot of larvae in here today. We got 4? Yeah, we got like 4 larvae and 4 moths. And 1 in a cocoon and 2 more eggs, I think. Interestingly, though, he hasn't asked for food. Are you hungry? Are you hungry?
No, not yet.
Yeah, like, it's kind of weird. We haven't had to feed them in a long time here. But
Would you like to save
we
and
will end and move the date forward a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean by 1 day. So that we can see what happens tomorrow. Still, oh, that's true. Yeah, I guess they did eat siblings. That's true. I guess that did keep them satiated. to the system menu. And now, yeah, wow, we spent like 40 minutes on this day. That's pretty insane. That's like a lot of dialogue. Also, I was realizing I thought that the game crashed on our second stream. It crashed on the third stream, like about halfway through. So we did like 7 hours. And then in about 4 hours, we made up. In fact, we got past where we had gotten to in 7 hours. Like, we went twice as fast on the second playthrough. Or like the replay. It's kind of ridiculous how fast we got through all the starting stuff again. Just like knowing what to do.
Good morning. Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. There is a definite pattern to your visits. It appears you are a punctual person.
It's almost like upsetting the clock.
Let's see. Last time, the Tadmen are now closer in appearance to frogs rather than tadpoles. Let us then call them frogmen. Ah, you can now use the sprinkler. Frogman is sensitive to dryness, so you must use the sprinkler frequently. At the moment, the habitat contains 2 frogmen. They appear to be very hungry, so let us head over to the tank.
So yeah, now they're actually hungry. I bet the frogmen eat a whole larva each also.
You have to feed me right now, or I'll die. Oh, my poor empty stomach. Feed me this instant, or I'll die. So hungry. This is your... Hey. Food. Here. Now. I'm hungry. I'm starved. Oh, yes. Give me something to eat. I'm starving.
Just get them into
hungry. You have to feed me
acceptable
right
ranges
now,
here.
or I'll die. Feed me? Just like my Harlem days. You have to feed me right now, or I'll die. Yum, food. Have a heart. A morsel of food is all I ask. I'm starving to death here. Give me something. Oh, yummy, baity goodness.
Think they're gonna flick their tongue at it, or just eat it with their face? Okay, yep, there's a tongue.
That hit the spot. Oh, my poor empty...
Okay, yeah, the other one still needs food.
Oh, my poor empty stomach. When will you ever stop rumbling? I'm going to die if I don't eat right now.
I hate that they're, like, throwing themselves at the wall.
Thank goodness, I'm starving. Hello? Is
Hello,
anyone
Seaman.
out there?
Hello.
Up and at 'em. So full.
Okay. So they're all fed. I keep expecting the sprinkler to be like the spray where it's like the little bursts, but no, it's just a full-on sprinkler. Okay. And it's nice because it seems like it's basically the same as the air thing where you just kind of get it up to 100 and then you're good to go. Okay. Do you want to talk?
A tangy beef stew. Only enough for me, though. You know,
Sir.
I've been around you humans for a long time now, and it seems like every group of people, every country, state, and kingdom has a different way of setting up its government. Sometimes one person has all the power, sometimes everyone shares the power. It seems like there are as many different types of governments as there are people in the world. Human politics is very interesting to me, which is why I am very curious. As you are currently residing in a democratic society, are you taking advantage of your power? What I mean is, are you registered to vote?
Yes.
So you're signed up to be a voter then?
Yes.
That's good. If they allowed Seaman to have a say in things, I am very sure I would take advantage as well.
Do you want to talk? Hey, Oregon. This is Seaman, and this is our, well, this game is Seaman, and this is our frogman who has evolved from a Seaman. Do you want to talk? Well, I guess he's technically still a Seaman, but he's just in frogman form. Do you want to talk? Hey, 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 hey. Oh yeah, even Seaman is reminding you to vote, to register to vote and vote. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? Why is it not? Do you want to talk? There we go. Also, I want to pick one of these chonkers up.
You know, I'm rather curious about your general stance about your political system. Namely, I wonder how much you believe in it. I mean, does it really make any difference which candidate you vote for? All of your politicians are basically the same anyway. What's the difference between rich middle-aged white man A and rich middle-aged white man B?
Oh shit.
About the most variety you could hope for is a very rich middle-aged white man, or maybe a rich old white man. But, okay, let's just say there is a difference, just for the sake of argument. Would it matter then who you voted for? After all, yours is just one voice in a country of millions and millions.
Yes.
Well, that's very optimistic of you. It's time for Seaman to prove he's a sea stud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it sure is. This sure is a game. Why do I feel like...
Quit it. I bruise easily. Put me down. This is embarrassing. What are you doing?
The problem is... Do you want to talk? Like, it seems like an animation is supposed to be happening here, but... Do you want to talk? Wait, did I say do you have to talk? Okay, I think it might be happening now.
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
Maybe they're not fucking? I guess not. Do you want to talk?
Don't you have some mammary glands to suck or opposable thumbs to play with or something?
Do you want to talk? Yeah.
You know, I'll bet you're not really interested in politics anyway. And I'll bet you're wishing I'd just shut up and talk about sex or something you're really interested in. But you tell me, are you interested in politics at all?
A little bit.
Oh, you are you?
Yes.
Well, that's good. There's so much activity in politics. somebody's always getting caught with an intern or embezzling funds. It's better than a soap opera.
His name is actually
So
Bill.
anyway, what area of politics are you most interested in?
What area of politics? What do you mean?
Yes, okay, sure.
What? I don't know what just happened. I don't know what he was trying to ask with that question. Do you want to talk?
Let me start over. I said,
I guess.
you know, I'll bet you're not really interested in politics anyway. And I'll bet you're wishing I'd just shut up and talk about sex or something you're really interested in. But you tell me, are you interested in politics at all?
Yes.
Oh, you are you?
Yes.
Well, that's good. There's so much activity in politics. Somebody's always getting caught with an intern or embezzling funds. It's better than a soap opera. So anyway, what area of politics are you most interested in?
Alright, yeah. Sex.
I can see why that would be applicable to you. No, really. I have to tell you, I've been remembering things lately about myself and my past life and all my history. And I realize now that I need you to let me out of this tank. It's important. Really, really important. Can you let me out, please?
Okay.
Please. If I am released, I give you my word that I will keep all your secrets. You see, there are some things I need to do. What do you say?
I will let you
know
out.
It sounds odd, but I must keep evolving. I have to keep growing so I can find my long-lost love again. It's been a long, long time. You see, my father was the king of Egypt back in its 3rd dynasty, and my lover's father was a priest in the temple. Oh, we were young and both swept away by the passion. I'm sure you understand. Oh, my dear, sweet love. She was the most beautiful creature imaginable. But neither of our fathers would approve our marriage because of our class differences. When we insisted we be allowed to marry, her father consulted the god Thoth and asked him to help. Thoth granted her father's request for help and changed our physical forms. And we've been apart ever since. And I have to continue evolving so that I can be reunited with her in another few thousand years. So you'll help me get out, right?
Explains why he looks so
I
Egyptian,
already
yeah.
have a plan how to get out. See that ring over the tank? I'm going to jump for it. When I give you the signal, I need you to say jump. Understand?
Maybe she's the mods. And he's actually just been eating her all along.
Okay. Now.
Jump. Nice try, motherfucker. Fucking graceful piece of shit. Yeah. Jump. Jump.
No, you're crushing me. Come on, let me go.
Splat. Also, why is it this shitty Seaman and not my green Seaman? Why is he just sitting there with his mouth open? Do you want to talk?
You know, when your country needs to decide something like whether to raise or lower taxes, let women make a choice about having children, or if gay people deserve to be treated the same way as everyone else, why does it have to be so complicated? It used to be so much simpler. A king, or maybe an emperor or a pharaoh would say, "Do it this way," and that would be that. No elections, no
that's
debates,
true.
no lobbyists, no congressional subcommittees, no endless legal battles. Ah, those were the days. Why do you suppose your system is so complicated? Do you think it's done this way to give everyone a say in government?
Yes.
I see. Your system of government is actually set up for exactly the opposite purpose. To make sure the people, that
I'm sorry, what?
you, don't get enough power to screw things up. So, let's
Oh,
see.
with the mods.
Do you know what the Electoral College is?
Yes.
Okay. How about checks and balances? Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Well, good for you. They probably taught you in school that there are 3 branches of government.
No.
The President, the Congress, and the court system. And the system of checks and balances ensures that no one branch of government can become too strong. Know why your founding fathers did
Funny
that?
how that works.
So if the people tried to actually do something, let's say by electing a president they wanted, Congress and the Supreme Court could still stop them from messing things up. So what you have is a system designed to stop people like you from having a say in the government. It's just hidden a lot better than it would be in a kingdom or an empire. You should have just stuck with your kings. It's a lot simpler that way, you know. You could have had a smooth transition from King George III of England to King George Washington of Vermont. It would have saved a lot of money on printing costs, at least. Well, I'm all talked out. I'll see you later.
That's what's really important. I don't know. Maybe this one is Bill? I guess I could just... Bill. No, this is Bill.
What do you need?
Yeah, Bill's the green one. The green and yellow one. Escape!
You know, I've seen you naked. Now that's scary.
Yeah, the same voice. And they share their memories. Like, I could also just... Yeah, I could just lift him out. Jump. 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 Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
You know, over the centuries, human beliefs have ranged a wide berth. All sorts of people argue incessantly about their idols, their gods, and now it seems that people have narrowed it down to only a few. You being the human I'm the closest to,
Yeah, he gave up.
I'd really like to know what you think of this subject.
He
More exactly.
gave up really easily.
Do you believe in a god or gods or some sort of supreme being?
No.
So you think there's no God, is that right?
Yes.
Apparently, not everybody needs to think of themselves as small and weak compared to some larger force. Maybe you get all the strength you need from inside yourself. That's interesting.
Yeah, like I thought he would just go right back up onto that rock, but like he just kind of gave up after he jumped once. Do you want to talk?
I can certainly understand your skepticism regarding a higher power, but I've noticed that many people don't believe in a god, yet still consider themselves spiritual people. You know, they meditate, they try to be true to themselves. It's all pretty interesting, I think. Would you say you're very spiritual?
No.
Really? You know, Plato once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But perhaps he was mistaken, eh? Some people consider themselves spiritual, some do not. Perhaps all beings, fish and humans alike, should acknowledge their spirituality and look into themselves. At the least, it seems that they'll be all the wiser by simply having thought about it.
I will set you free. Maybe that's keyword?
Yes, let's get freaky.
No, let's not. Let us definitely not. I will set you free. I will set you free. I want to help
Your
you.
Majesty.
I want to help you escape. I will help you escape.
Coming, Your Majesty.
I will help you leave. I will help you leave.
Okay, I'm going to let you give me a name. When
What?
you've decided what you want to call me, say, "I'm ready."
No.
Maybe this isn't the best time. Let's discuss this at a later date. All right, you've given me plenty to ponder, but here's what I really want to
He's an
know.
adult.
What my questions have been leading up to. Ready? I want you to think about this and give me a serious answer. Do you think you're a good person?
Yes.
So, you think you're a good person, hmm?
Yes.
Is that so? Politicians often complain that your society would be more ethical if more humans were religious, and yet even though you don't belong to any organized religion, you consider yourself a good person. Perhaps politicians are not as smart as they think.
My boy.
Is he gonna go over to, I think he might be going to the rock. No, maybe not. What if I tap on the rock? Nope, that's just gonna get him over here, because it's not actually tapping on the rock, it's just tapping on the glass. Do you want to escape?
Like the spice?
Like the spice. Climb on the rock.
You called.
Jump on the ring.
This better be important.
Do you want to talk?
Right, I know.
Do you want to talk?
Does that mean you like me? Come on, admit it.
Do you want to talk?
Well, you know, I try.
Seems like he's being a little shithead right now. Do you want to talk?
If you have to ask.
Okay, I think they might be done for the day. Where do I find by these things do you mean Seaman as a creature or do you mean these games? Because these games I find from watching shows on TV back in 2000. Because like I definitely saw this on Electric Playground, like back when they covered this when it was new. Hey, Takarash. Do you want to talk?
Talk is overrated. All right. Remember what I told you before about jumping to freedom to find my lost love?
That wasn't you.
Well, I've gotten up the nerve, and I think I'm ready to try it again. So when I say now, say the word jump, okay? Here I go.
Yeah, they definitely have a shared consciousness.
Here goes. Now.
Jump. Yeah, I gotta give him the, like, courage. So he fucked it up once again. Do you want to talk?
Oh, you humans and your slang. It's so cute.
He's just gonna sit over there ashamed in the corner. Shake the rock when he's on it. Do you want to talk? 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 He doesn't want to talk. Yeah, just add the water back in now. Yeah. So the memory card on the Dreamcast is called a VMU, a Visual Memory Unit, and it has a little display on it, as well as buttons actually. But you can't technically you can't use the buttons on the VMU while it's inserted. This controller is actually smaller than the original controller, so the buttons are actually uncovered. But yeah, it has a little display on it that shows you whether or not it is recognizing the command. How many times have I asked if they want to talk? Probably a lot of times. Pick your plays in Madden on that. It's an interesting concept, and it's a neat idea. And the other kind of stupid part is that you can take the memory card out, and because it has like a D-pad, an A, B, and a mode button, as well as a sleep button, and you can actually like play little mini games on there as well. And you can even link them together with the ports that are on them, and play multiplayer things or like trade items. It's a cool idea, not particularly well implemented, but like it's a neat idea. The other problem is that it takes 2 CR2032 batteries, and they die in about a month or two. You don't lose your data on there, but you can't power it on. And if the batteries are dead when you turn on the console, the VMU makes a like sharp, high-pitched beep for about a second while it boots up. It still works just fine, but it makes an annoying sound. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? But also, I am just bringing it up for the microphone too. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? They just are entirely ignoring me. Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? I need... You know what? You know what sound I need for Astronomabot? Do you want to talk?
Does that mean you like me? Come on, admit it.
Do you want to talk?
Well, you know I try.
Alright, I think... Like, we could probably wait for him to build up his courage again here. And I mean, maybe we should. Let's get the heat up. We'll get the moisture up. Sprinkle this shit down. Go over here. Get this all spritzed. Do you want to talk? 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 He doesn't want to talk. Astronomabot wants to talk. Okay, so he's going for a little swim to build his nerve back up, I guess. Well, you know what? We might as well just move on to a new day here. I don't think there's much reason to just sit around and wait, because I mean, he'll be ready to go again on the next day. Yeah, so this game is based off of off of the real time clock, so so we're literally going and just changing the date forward, to make this faster. Consider that we started, I think, on September 24th, so we've moved forward like almost a month here now in terms of play time. Basically, like, there's a certain amount that you're actually able to do every day, so sometimes you need to just wait, and so sometimes I was skipping a day forward for that. But other times you actually like hit a barrier where he's just like, I'm not going to talk to you anymore today. How about tomorrow? And so then you actually need to move forward, but it's also not entirely clear how progression works in this game. Like what are the factors that play into that, but time is definitely somehow in there, along with making sure things are kept within their parameters.
Good morning. Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. It seems that visiting around this time has become a habit for you. Let's see. The frogman has completely metamorphosized into frog form. He may appear somewhat grotesque, but once you get used to him, He looks rather cute. No, really. Did you notice Frogman trying to reach the ring hanging from the ceiling? Perhaps this holds the key to the next step in Seaman's development. At the moment, the habitat contains 2 frogmen. They appear to be very hungry. So let us head over to the tank.
All right, Leonard. So we'll obviously get the heat and moisture levels up before we feed them. Well, I guess I could just feed them first, or like throw the food in there first. Because it seems to take them a while to actually get that.
This instant. Must have.
Can I throw 2 in?
You have to feed me right now,
nope.
or I'll die. Give me something to eat.
It's like the original Animal Crossing.
Thanks for the food. Feed me right now. I'm
Would this
starving
have been...
to death here. Give me something.
This must have been after Animal
Anything.
Forest came out.
Must have food now. I'm starving to death here. Give me something. Anything. I'm starving to death. Give me something to eat. I'm starving.
Well, then fucking
Are
eat.
you going to starve me to death?
No, I'm not.
You
There's food
three-legged
on the ground.
dogs get fed more often than this. You've got to feed me. Hey, feed me right.
Okay, now. Wait, what happened? Oh, there he is. Let's drop the other one in there.
Hey, you.
Hello, Seaman.
Good morning. Feed me this instant or I'll die.
Yeah, there's
Must
fuck.
have food now.
I think it's Bill in the back there who is not eating.
Hey,
I think-
thanks for the food.
Yeah, I think he was just kind of stuck behind that rock.
I want the recipe for whatever that was.
Okay. So they're all satiated. So then we'll just pop over here and get this moisturized. Interesting that... Oh, well. I was about to say, interesting that we haven't had a spider in a while. Okay. Do you want to talk? That's not the right button, so... Do you want to talk?
Is something bothering you, little one?
No.
Oh, I see. Maybe you shouldn't alarm me like that then.
Do you want to talk? Do you like to sing?
Is something bothering you, little one?
No.
Oh, I see. Maybe you shouldn't alarm me like that then.
Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
After everything you've told me about yourself, I think I already know how you feel on this subject, but I still want to ask you. Do you think religion makes the world a better... Stand back. I'm gonna hurl.
Okay, they don't like to eat spiders. Do you want to talk?
What can I do for you?
Do you want to talk?
Seriously, I want to know. I said, after everything you've told me about yourself, I think I already know how you feel on this subject, but I still want to ask you. Do you think religion makes the world a better place or a worse place?
better.
Really? Even after what you said before, you think religion makes the world a better place?
Yes.
How interesting. Such a complex set of emotions you humans have when it comes to the issue of faith.
I don't think he's dead.
People argue vehemently both for and against it. They curse and condemn anyone who doesn't believe the same things they do, and all the while they're still trying to figure out for themselves what they feel. Truly, truly confusing. Well, how about this then? Let's say there were only one religion in the world. Would the world be a better or worse place?
Worse.
So you think the world would be worse off if there were only one religion?
Yes.
I think I agree with you there. The world would be a lot less interesting if everyone were carbon copies of one another. Well, as I'm sure you've guessed, I find the whole institution of religion quite confounding. Most humans run around like they're masters of the world, while at the same time bowing down to a higher power that's supposed to make life better. On top of that, most people can't even agree on who or what the higher power is, so they argue and fight over it and bring about a lot of misery and heartbreak in the name of something that is supposed to bring people joy. I just don't get it. And quite frankly, just thinking about it gives me a headache, so I'm going to go away and try and figure it all out. I'll talk to you later.
Are you okay? He looks, yeah, he's blinking, so he's alive.
Does that mean you like me? Come on, admit it.
Are you sick, Seaman?
Ooh, I think I'm going to lose my lunch, if you know what I mean.
I hope you feel better.
No.
Oh. Wait, did he feel better?
Huh?
He ate a spider and, like, immediately did not like it. I'd previously just been, like, throwing them in here and they were drowning, but obviously we don't have as much water, so he didn't drown immediately. Are you okay?
I'm illin. Yes, I am.
Can I help you?
I feel sick.
Puke.
Ooh, I think I'm going to lose my lunch, if you know what I mean. I think I ate something I shouldn't have.
Don't eat spiders.
I really don't feel very well.
Do you want to talk? Do you want to talk?
Yes?
Do you want to talk?
I'm illin. Yes, I am.
Do you want to talk?
I feel sick.
Maybe if I tickle him, he'll puke.
Oh, I think I feel something coming up.
Oh, maybe he will.
Oh, I'm going to throw up if you don't watch out.
That's actually good.
Oh, I'm going to throw up if you don't watch out. Oh, I think I feel something coming up.
Puke.
Oh, I think I feel something coming up. Oh, I think I feel something coming up. I'm really not feeling good. Now, let's try this again. You know the drill. When I give you the cue, say jump. All right? Let's go.
Weird. Really fucking weird. I thought that was gonna be him actually throwing up there, but I...
Okay, now.
Jump. You did it. What? Dying of horniness. What? Yeah. The back was just a door out to a jungle?
I have waited 1,000 lifetimes for this moment. Smell
Hey,
that?
feels better now.
That's freedom. Freedom. The funny thing is that it's there all the time. You don't always realize it when you're bogged down with so many other things, but you're always free as long as you're true to yourself. That's where freedom lies, within yourself. Good luck with your career. Keep doing your best at what you love and you'll always be proud of yourself. Okay. I must be off. My evolution must continue. Oh my. I think I know where I am. It's all coming back to me. This must be Gassay's island. Somewhere on this island is a place I have to go in order to continue evolving. I must go find it. You know, you're all right. I know we've had our differences occasionally, but I like you. You took care of me all this time, and well, I'm grateful. Very grateful. Well, say something before I start bawling, won't you?
Goodbye. Goodbye. I love you?
Hey, listen. There's something I'd like to do for you as a kind of thank you. It's not much, but I wasn't exactly able to head over to the Five and Dime and buy you something, now was I? It's just something for you to try sometime. Just try tapping on the glass. You know, with the right trigger on your control pad thingy. Tap, tap, tap. Try it sometime. Okay, friend, this is it. I've really got to go now. Take care, and if you ever want to talk to me, just call me, okay? You've been a good friend. I'll miss our time together. Don't be a total stranger now. Farewell.
This is such a weird ending.
My boy.
Okay, yeah, now we're... I didn't have control. Wait. This is so weird. If I stop tapping... Yeah. If I stop tapping, the credits stop going. Game was so weird. Next cosplay, yeah. I guess I was tapping too slow. But yeah, this game was really weird. But like, I enjoyed it. There really wasn't much of a game there. But like, they even say that in the instruction manual. It's like, keep in mind, this is not really a game. Yeah, there's a Japanese Christmas version. There's also a sequel, but it was only in Japanese. Like the Christmas version was Assistance to Mr. Seaman. But yeah, the Christmas version was Japanese only also. I get a hand cramp doing this. Wonder how long the credits are. But yeah, like overall, it was everything that I was expecting and more. Like in some ways, it was weirder than I could have possibly expected. Yeah, and that's the thing is, I think like watching a playthrough of this is pretty much gonna be the same as playing it mostly. Like you might not get to see the same choices as what you would have said, but you know, I think you get a pretty representative experience probably just watching it. I think the credits might be done. But we do get to watch some dance here.
That wore me out.
Do you want to talk?
You know, earlier you told me that
Oh,
you
interesting.
weren't seeing anyone romantically. Is this still true?
Yes.
I see. Well then, I have a question for you. Namely, I wonder if you believe in your heart that there's a person out there meant just for you. Well, do you?
Maybe.
So you say you don't believe in such nonsense, am I right?
Yes.
Since you're a Pisces, I can see why you might think that. It's hard to meet your true love when you live in a dream world. Come join us in the real world sometime. Meet some people.
But yeah, so we help them escape, but they're just on this island. And they're just trying to evolve further. But yeah, they leave it very open-ended here. And I can see how, like, I can imagine... I'd be curious to know what the sequel is. Like, what Seaman 2 is. Yeah, that's true. Well, maybe. The question is whether they can tolerate salt water. Of course, we don't even know. Jean-Paul Gasset's island may not be in the ocean. It may be on a lake or something. Who knows? But, like, I'd be curious if Seaman 2 picks up from, like, here and continues following his evolution to meet his love again. Or if it's just, like, entirely different again. I'm sorry, what? That's the plot of Seaman 2? So Instead of playing as an actual inhabitant, the player is more of a god. The ability to alter environments and give things to the island's inhabitants. What the fuck? So it's like a actual, just small human kind of thing. Weird. So it doesn't sound like it particularly continues this plot. Weird. This game is so weird. But yeah, I mean, it's possible. Yeah, maybe they eventually evolve into that. Yeah, hard to say. Looks like Seaman Tingle. But yeah, so we finished this. Yeah, we're like an hour 40 in. I could start something else. I think it might make sense to just stop here. Not enough Nimoy voice. I think it makes sense to just stop here. There's a Birdman too. And we will start a randomizer tomorrow. I don't know what randomizer is winning. It might be the Metroid one. Let me just check here. But yeah, tomorrow's randomizer Sunday, so we'll be starting something new. Why is that? Okay, there we go. Let's see what is in the lead right now. It is... Oh, no, it's the Wind Waker randomizer. Okay, so yeah, we're starting the Wind Waker randomizer again tomorrow. Yeah. So, with that being said, thanks for watching, and good night.